Welcome to the Brooklyn Technical High School Virtual College Fair. My name is Jasmine. I'm going to serve as your facilitator for our session today. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements. The first, you can use the Q&A feature to type your questions to our panelists at any point throughout our session today. Second, your camera and microphone are off. We cannot see or hear you. Third, this is just one of many different sessions we're offering, so feel free to visit our registration site to sign up for additional sessions. And finally, this presentation is being recorded. You'll have access to that recording within about a week or so. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter from Sacred Heart University.
Thank you so much for having me. Hi, my name is Morgan Ford, and I'm one of the admissions counselors here at Sacred Heart University. I'm just going to go over this presentation for you all. So just to start out, Sacred Heart was founded in 1963 by the Diocese of Bridgeport, and we're actually the first Catholic institution to be founded by the lay people. And funny enough, that's where we get our name, the Pioneers. We're the second largest Catholic university in northern New England, right behind BC, and we have a current undergraduate enrollment of 5,600. When you factor in part-time students and postgraduate degrees, we sit at just above 8,000, so we're considered a medium-sized school. We have a lot of national endorsements, but the two I want to highlight is we're considered to have the best nursing program and the physical therapy program in the state of Connecticut. And we're also listed in Prison Review top 10 for most engaged in community service, racking in over 100,000 hours on a local, national, and global scale. So go over some academics. We have 6 colleges of study under the Sacred Heart University umbrella. First is the College of Arts and Sciences, which is home to the School of Communication, Media, and the Arts, as well as the School of Social Work. We also have the Isabel Farrington College of Education, the Jack Wells College of Business and Technology, as well, which houses the School of Computer Science and Engineering. We have the Davis and Henley College of Nursing, as well as the College of Health Professions. The St. Vincent's College is also part of Sacred Heart, but it's mostly for certifications and associate programming. There's 60 plus majors and concentrations for you to choose from. And if you don't know what you want to do, that's totally fine. You can come in undecided. We have 40 plus masters and doctoral programs, and a lot of these programs can actually be in collaboration with a lot of our undergraduate forms of study. The average class size is 22, and the student-teacher ratio is 13:1. I always like to say this is what you would see in a standard size high school. Some other academic opportunities at Sacred Heart, we do have an honors program where students can actually have a $2,000 scholarship over the course of for each year, so $8,000 for a total 4 years of Sacred Heart, and you're automatically vetted for this program when you apply to the university. There is no writing supplement that you need to fill out or anything like that. There is study abroad options at Sacred Heart. We have 2 campuses, one in Luxembourg, the other one in Dingle, Ireland, and we have 30 countries that foster 60 different programs around the world. So wherever you want to go, you're more than welcome to do that. Our first year experience program helps with transition from high school to college, as well as living at home to living on your own. So it factors in 2 things. First is advising. So your advisor will reach out to you your June before your senior year. Your June before your first year at Sacred Heart University, and they'll help you with your scheduling and any type of academic questions that you may have before coming to the university. The FYE course mostly talks about transitioning, so they'll help you with resources that we have on campus, writing emails to your professors, and anything that has to do with Sacred Heart University as a whole. The Center for Career and Professional Development mostly focuses on that campus to career bridge, as well as internships and any other questions that you have in terms of our undecided students. So we do have Discover You program. And this is just to foster that return on investment. So just talk about some of the residence halls. Merton and Seton Hall are 2 main residence complexes on campus, and they're located right next to the main academic building. They're comprised of doubles and triples in this traditional corridor style housing. So you'll have a floor of dorms with communal showers, as well as laundry rooms and small kitchenettes. And these are swipe card access. Roncalli Hall is our 10-story high-rise located directly across the street from the university, and this is home to our living learning communities. So let's say you want to live with someone that has an interest in theater arts because you also have an interest in theater arts, you're more than welcome to do so. These are suite style housing, so it's going to be a little bit different. So 4 dorms are going to share a bathroom, and then 8 dorms share a communal living area, as well as a larger kitchen and laundry rooms. There is a first floor fitness area. I do know there's spin classes that go on there, and these are also swipe card access. Tucson Hall is one of the more popular places to live, and it is home of our honors housing as well as our living learning community. These are pod style housing with 4 students to a pod connected by a half bath. And there are common shower rooms on each floor, and as you can see from that top photo, it's a beautiful place to live with a ton of study and lounge space. Bergoglio Hall is another popular place to live, and it is home for our honors housing as well as common freshman housing. These are pod styles, so it's going to be 2 doubles conjoined by a full bath with a multi-purpose fitness facility on the first floor. So I know our CrossFit team works out there because it is a CrossFit gym. There is a multifunctional multimedia room, so students like to have gaming events and also watch movies with friends. And as you can see from that top photo, there's a ton of study and lounge space, and it's also a great place to live. So just to talk about the growth of Sacred Heart University, we've actually built 14 buildings in the past 15 years. I'm going to highlight a few for you. So first is Center for our healthcare education. So if you're studying within the health professions field or in nursing, you would be in this building. This is what a typical classroom would look like. As you can see, it's not completely filled up, and that's because we want to keep our class size as low as possible. West Campus, located also off campus for our business and technology, education, hotel management students. And this was actually acquired from GE before they moved up to Boston about 3.5 years ago. There's an AI lab where students can learn about artificial intelligence in real time. And this is what a typical classroom would look like, that photo on the right. The Idea Lab is mostly used by engineering students, but I do know nursing has gone down there for some projects. So there's over a dozen 3D printers as well as drones that students can use. The Verizon iHub is something that I find personally interesting about Sacred Heart University. Businesses can actually rent out these spaces in hopes that they foster relationships with current students on campus for internships and full-time opportunities. The upper quad is about halfway done. That's why the photo on the left looks a bit more lifelike than the photo on the right. So the photo on the left is what's finished, and the photo on the right is what it will look like when it's completely done in fall 2021. It will be housing for all 4 years, and it will have a full gym as well as a dining hall. The Bobby Valentine Health and Recreation Center, if you recognize the name, he was the manager for the New York Mets, but he is now our athletic director, and he built this amazing facility for our non-Division I student athletes. This is where our club sports and intramurals will work out, so definitely feel free to stop by there. JP's Diner is named after our president, Dr. John Patillo. He's known for his bow ties, so that's why there's a bow tie there. And these are open late night for our students and included in your meal plan. So just talk about applying to Sacred Heart University. We do ask that you apply via the common application, and here are some dates to keep in mind. So if you want to take a screenshot of them, more than happy to. We do require an official high.
And our next presenter is from Syracuse University.
Hi, everyone. My name is Asma Malik. I am the Director of Admissions for Syracuse University based in our Manhattan Academic Center. So Syracuse University is a private co-educational tier 1 research institution. We're located in the heart of central New York. We have more than 15,000 undergraduate students that are bold, passionate, committed to the classroom, on campus, and in the community. You can customize your education and gain real-world experience from industry leaders. What you're seeing is an aerial shot of main campus where majority of your classes would take place. That is our sports arena in the back. We do have 19 residential halls where we require first and second year students to reside. We have more than 20 places to eat on campus. We cater to different dietary restrictions such as vegan, kosher, and halal, just to name a few. We have multiple grocery stores and fitness centers on campus. So being that Syracuse is a mid-sized city, transportation is easily accessible to our students. So wherever you're coming from around the world, plane, bus, train, it's very, very easy for you to get to Syracuse. Since we are a mid-sized city, we have a ton of opportunities for internships and volunteering. Some are usually within walking distance, but there's a ton of restaurants, museums, and theaters and amazing outdoor activities, given that we have some amazing parks and ski slopes in the area. So when you apply to Syracuse, you are applying to one of these colleges. You have over 200 academic programs to pick from. We offer 100 minor across 10 different colleges, and you can do a double major, or if you want to pursue multiple academic passions, you could do a major with a double minor. There's a lot of flexibility with our liberal arts core curriculum. And if you're not sure what you want to study when you're applying, you can absolutely come in undecided. Our undecided students will have a year and a half to decide what they want to major in. And within the year and a half, you'll have the opportunity to explore in the different areas that you might want to be. So you'll see on the screen where the orange star is, that indicates that there is an undecided track available there. You can take classes in different divisions of the university. You'll see many of our divisions are highly ranked. I'm not going to go into that much detail on this. You can read about this on your own. So we have academic advising housed in each college, which means you'll be assigned an academic advisor the first day you come to Syracuse University. They're going to help you with your major, your minor, if you want to study abroad, if you want to change your major, they're really going to be there for your support throughout your undergraduate career. We also have career advising. So when you're ready to apply for internships and you need help building your resume or your cover letter, you have support there. And the Career Center is available to you even after you graduate. Being that we are classified as a top tier research, a tier 1 actually, research institution, undergraduate students as early as their first year can participate in research with faculty members. We have over 30 research centers that span different disciplines, so it's not just in the STEM area. We have opportunities for our students that are studying accounting, the fine arts, media, sports management, you name it, we probably have it. And for our students that want to start their own research or start their own company, we have a number of opportunities through our Blackstone Launchpad, where we will provide you with funding and academic and professional support that you need to start that. Study abroad is big at SU. We're one of the oldest and most respected study abroad programs. We have 5 academic centers throughout Asia, Europe, and Latin America, but we also have partnerships in 60 different countries. So you have the opportunities to do a fall, spring semester, or if you want to do a short-term winter or summer semester, that's also available to students. In addition to study abroad, we actually have academic centers in the US, in LA, New York City, and Washington, DC. So depending on what your academic interest is, you can study at any of those sites, but you are required to do an internship when you're at those sites. That's why we pick them in major cities to provide students with professional opportunities as well. So campus life is very exciting. We are a D1 sports school, so there's a lot of school spirit and a strong sense of community. A great way to connect with peers outside of the classroom is through our student clubs and organizations. We have professional, academic. We have a fitness club. If you're interested in the arts, but you don't want to major in the arts, you have an opportunity to connect with people that have similar passions as you do in that. We have students from all 50 states, over 170 countries. So you are learning from people that come from different walks of life and have a different background, which obviously will add to the richness in the classroom and outside of the classroom. We recently constructed the Barnes Center at the Arch. It's a state-of-the-art health, fitness, and recreational service. So in one building, you have access to counseling, therapy dogs, 6-lane swimming pool, e-sport room, mind spa, really a place for students to decompress and connect with their peers outside of the classroom. We have a ton of dining options around the city of Syracuse, but also within each residential hall. So my last slide, I just want to talk to you a little bit about the application process. We are a Common App school. We do not have early action. It's only early decision or regular decision. We are test optional for the class of 2022. We use a holistic process when reviewing the application. We're going to look at your transcript in the context of the high school you attend. We're also looking at your letters of recommendations, your essays. Personal interviews are optional. I recommend that you sign up for them the summer before senior year. When you apply, you're automatically considered for merit-based scholarships. You do not have to do anything extra. And for need-based aid, and you must complete the FAFSA and CSS profile. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Our contact information is on the screen. I will also put it in the chat box later on. Thank you.
Hi, good evening, everybody. My name is Dave Fairchild, and I'm the admissions counselor at Salve, Regina University that will be presenting tonight. Salve Regina is a small Catholic liberal arts institution. We're located in Newport, Rhode Island, and we were founded by the Sisters of Mercy. Over this presentation, I'll take us through what each of those means to our students. As I talk, there are many things that I will give a very brief overview of. And so if you would like more information, I encourage you to go online to our website, salve.edu/admissions. And if you have personal questions, I'll be able to give you my email after this presentation as well. So what is Salve Regina? We are an institution of 2,100 undergraduate students. We have about 600 graduate students as well nearby our campus. Our students come from all over the country and the world. So 85% of our students come from out of state. Even though Rhode Island being one of the smallest states, we do have students that come from all over New York, New Jersey, New England, and beyond to attend school with us here. Our campus is extremely unique. If you look at the photo on the right of this slide, our campus is located right along the Atlantic Ocean. So if you have been to Rhode Island before, you know there are not many true islands in the state, and our area, Aquidneck Island and Newport, are one of them. Our students are able to live in historic buildings, and they attend class along this area of the Cliff Walk, which is one of the main tourist attractions in Newport in southern New England. Our campus is about an hour and a half south of Boston, a couple of hours north of New York along I-95, apologies. The city of Newport is a thriving city of history. Not only is our campus an area that is marked by the Gilded Age period of history in the 1890s, our academic buildings bring the cutting edge modern history to our campus. We have a recently renovated science center, the O'Hare building, as well as some repurposed adaptive reuse buildings, such as 2 historic horse stables that are now our art center. And in addition to this, the city of Newport has over 300 years of American history throughout. That slide on the left is the Newport Harbor, one of the main areas of the city where our students are able to pick up internships, work for local organizations, and attend some of the world-class festivals that come through Newport. One of the main reasons that students enroll at Salve is our founding with the Sisters of Mercy. So as a Catholic institution founded by the Sisters of Mercy, our students work for a world that's harmonious, just, and merciful. These are lofty ideals, but they find their way into every program on our campus. Our students are guided by 5 critical concerns, and each year Salve focuses on a new critical concern. This year, the critical concern that our students are working towards is the rights of immigration. And so our campus really is marked through all programs with allowing our students to take part in service learning, community service, and using what they're learning for the greater community and the state of Rhode Island. With that, we do have 40 different programs. In addition to our 40 undergraduate majors, we also have some dual degrees. So we're well known for our programs in education, our direct entry nursing program, as well as our sciences. But we also have new programs that allow you to get a master's degree in 5 years. So if you're interested in psychology, we have one of the only 5-year applied behavioral analysis psychology programs in the country. We also have engineering, data science, and pharmacy degrees that allow you to get 3 years at Salve and then 2 years at a partner institution to leave with 2 degrees in those 4 or 5 years. At most, we have 35 students in any of our classes. So we are a liberal arts institution. You will have the freedom to take courses in any program through our core curriculum, but you will never be in a class where your professor doesn't know your name. You will always be in courses where you are allowed to engage in conversation, debate, and discussion. And this is a hallmark of the academic experience here at Salve. So though we have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, our classes remain small through all 4 years so that you can really take advantage of the classroom experience. Some of our most unique programs, in addition to the ones I mentioned, are our full bachelor's in dance, our culture and historic preservation program, which is on the right there. That includes curatorial studies, museum science, and a little bit of archaeology. And our sciences, because they're all designed for the undergraduates, allow you to do research on our campus. So though we do have graduate programs, our sciences are specifically geared for students in their 4 years as an undergraduate to publish research with their professors in order to bring you places after graduation, whether it be medical school, working on research teams, or getting jobs in the industry. In terms of our campus life, in addition to the area of Newport that we're in the thriving city beyond, we do have 60+ clubs and organizations that are student run. We're NCAA D3 academic or athletic teams. They compete around the country. Being a Division III institution, we do not award scholarship funds specifically for our athletes, but you will be awarded merit scholarship on your way into Salve, whether you are an athlete or a general admission student. In addition to this, we have 3 nationally ranked teams: our men's hockey team, our baseball team, and our women's softball team. So you're able to compete on the national level, but also have a small school behind you with about 2,000 students. In addition to this, about 30% of our students study abroad. So part of the service learning experience is mission trips abroad, as well as being able to work domestically for that Mercy mission and interacting with the speakers that come to our campus. We are on the Common Application. We're test optional, and our financial aid goes through the FAFSA. So our deadlines are here, but again, this is a slide that I would recommend you either get in touch with us or go onto our admission website in order to get more detailed information. With that, I'll leave you with a view from our unofficial campus quad behind Macaulay Hall, and know that you are able to email me with any questions. I'll also put my email in the chat, but we do have summer tours and online visits. If you're not able to visit, you can go to salve.edu/visit for those. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jessica Estrella. I'm an admissions counselor here at the University of Scranton. University of Scranton is located in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So we're about 2 hours away from the New York City area, as well as 2 hours away from the Philadelphia area. So it comes in really handy, not only for getting home, but of course for internship opportunities as well. So again, this will be an overview of the university. At the end, I'll put in helpful links to our view book, financial aid and merit-based scholarship brochure, and athletics brochure as well as my contact info. Now, who we are here at the university: we are a proud Catholic and Jesuit school. We are one of the 27 Jesuit colleges in the nation. And although we are a Catholic and Jesuit university, we accept students of all different faiths, backgrounds, traditions, and identities here at Scranton. And really the Jesuit philosophy here in our campus community is rooted in a Latin phrase called cura personalis, which translates to care of the whole person. So we define that as the individual attention we devote to each and every one of our students here. Helps foster commitment not only to academic excellence, but a growth and education of the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. So here you'll see just a quick few fast facts about us. We are a smaller to medium-sized university with a total undergraduate population typically ranging around 3,800 undergraduates. This translates to an average class size of 20 students and a student to faculty ratio of 13:1. So you'll never be in a big lecture style classroom here at the university. You'll get to know students both within your academic programs, some who are even outside of your academic programs, and you'll really get to know your professors very well, and in turn, they'll get to know you as a student, get to learn your strengths and weaknesses and how to best teach your strengths and weaknesses to help you succeed, not only in their class, but just overall during your time at the university. Now, in terms of academics, we offer a nice variety of different majors, minors, graduate programs. We have 5 honors programs, concentrations. We also have a number of direct entry graduate programs as well. Now, no matter what program you're thinking of applying for, whether you have a major in mind or you're thinking of going undecided, which we're very undecided friendly here. We do give our students 2 years to be undecided. No matter what program you're thinking of, you still, of course, have that freedom and flexibility to take classes within different programs. Our curriculum is rooted in liberal arts, and we do split up our majors within 3 different academic colleges. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, which encompasses all of our science-related majors, any of our STEM programs, as well as our humanities, and majors like psychology, criminal justice, and communication. We have our Conyo School of Management, which houses all of our business-related majors, so everything from marketing, economics, accounting, finance, business analytics, and more. And then we have our Peniska College of Professional Studies, which houses all of our helping professions, as we call them. So majors like nursing, occupational therapy, communication sciences and disorders, which is our newest major here, as well as things like education, counseling and human services, and more. So again, you do get that freedom and flexibility to, no matter what program you're in, to either double major or minor in a few different subjects, time willing. Now, in terms of getting involved on campus, we do have over 80 clubs and organizations, both, a nice number of student-run organizations, academic affiliated clubs. We have a number of special interest clubs. For example, there's a gaming club, knitting club, an anime club, and more. We also, of course, have student government, performance music, 2 a cappella teams, 2 theater clubs. We have a nice number of events that take place on campus every year as well, both on campus and in a traditional year, a number of off-campus trips, taking advantage of our location. Sometimes we'll plan trips to New York City to go see a Broadway show, maybe or to go to Dorney or Hershey Park, or to Philadelphia to see a Phillies game. Now, we do have athletics on campus as well. We are a Division III landmark conference school. We have 23 men's and women's varsity teams. But if you decide you don't want to do a varsity sport, we do have club and intramural sports that take place on campus as well. In terms of housing, we do offer 4 years of guaranteed housing as well. So you're more than welcome to stay on campus all 4 years. Now, in terms of applying to the University of Scranton, you'll see our ranges there for all of our academic programs. Now, keep in mind, those are just ranges. We do super score both the SAT and the ACT. So if you are able to take those tests multiple times, definitely send all of your scores when the time does come to apply, as our system will automatically populate your highest possible score. That is the only score we will use to evaluate your application, both for admission to your program as well as for any merit-based scholarships. So again, these ranges are just our middle 50%. We are a traditional test optional school. So, if you decide maybe you don't score as well, you don't want to submit your test scores, you don't have to, as long as you have a GPA of a 3.0 or above, and as long as you're not applying for our most competitive programs, which are nursing, occupational therapy, and our doctorate physical therapy program. Now, when the time does come to apply, you'll go ahead and use the Common App. It's free to apply through the Common App. And we are an early action school, so different from early decision. Early action is non-binding. We do recommend you apply via our early action deadline of November 15th. But beside that, we're pretty much rolling admissions, although our preferred deadline for applications is March 1st. We do also take a holistic approach to reviewing applications as well. So we will take into account any extracurriculars, volunteer work, and so on. Feel free to follow us on social media. Feel free to screenshot this slide for my contact, and we are doing on-campus visits. And as I mentioned, I will put all those helpful links in the chat. But I'll turn it over to our next presenter.
Hi all, my name is Rachel Dorch. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at Seton University. We are a private Catholic institution located in South Orange, New Jersey. All the dinging happens, of course. Okay, so we are a private Catholic institution located in South Orange, New Jersey, about 14 miles away from Manhattan. From Brooklyn, maybe like a 35-minute car ride. Where we're located at is in a very residential suburban area, so everything you need is very, very close by, whether it's public transportation, movie theaters, restaurants, grocery stores, everything is within walking distance of our school. We are a campus of about 6,000 students, so that means it's large enough for you to know people's faces, but you won't know everyone's name walking around campus. We have an average class size of 21 and a student to faculty ratio of 14:1. We really pride ourselves on the fact of our students being able to develop close relationships with the staff and faculty that we have on our campus. We have a ton of academic programs at Seton Hall. Any type of program you can think of, we certainly have. Whether it is the College of Nursing, the School of Business, we have the School of Diplomacy and International Relations, and we also have a lot of health science programs. What we also have at Seton Hall is a lot of dual degree programs. So you might hear me say something like 3+3 or 3+2. And what that means is that first number is going to be how many years you spend working on your undergraduate career. And that second number is going to be how many years you spent working on your professional degree. For example, we have physical therapy and physician's assistant. And those are all 3+3 programs. Now, overarching theme of all of our academic programs is this internship component. It's what we're most known for academically. We're ranked number 5 in the nation for providing internship opportunities for our students. We really don't want our students to be in the classroom. We want them to go out, learn, explore, figure out what they like and what they don't like, and really develop that professional network while they're at Seton Hall, as opposed to waiting until after they graduate. So we're really big on having a hands-on learning experience with our students. My favorite thing about the campus is the students. They are a lovely and lively bunch of people. They have a good grasp on working hard and playing hard. So they understand that they are there to get a good education. However, they also understand they're there to have that college experience. So our students are heavily involved on campus, whether it's participating in our student organizations or any of our dances and carnivals. We actually have a carnival coming up, a spring carnival coming up in 2 weeks that I'm very excited about, and it should be a lot of fun. So a little bit about money. So 98% of our students are on some type of Seton Hall aid. That is not counting FAFSA money you might get from the government. That's just counting Seton Hall money that we provide our students. So we give over $100 million in grants and scholarship each year. We have something called the University Scholarship. That is our merit-based award, and that's automatically applied to accepted students' accounts. The way that works is the higher your GPA is, the more money in scholarship you are able to receive. We also have a whole host of special scholarships that students can apply to as well. Now, some dates for you. We have 2 early action dates, November 15th and December 15th, as well as 2 regular decision dates, February 1st and March 1st. Now, these you need to submit. You need an application. It could be either the Seton Hall app or the Common App. There's no difference between the two. There is a fee for our application. Don't worry about that. I'm your admissions counselor. I will give you a fee waiver code, so no worries. You need a essay, transcripts, a counselor report, which is like a teacher recommendation letter, as well as an additional recommendation letter. So you would need 2. For all of our academic programs outside of our Joint MD program, we will be going test optional. So you do not need to have test scores in order to receive a admissions decision from us. To give you an idea of our averages, we have an average GPA of 3.6, average SAT of 1235, and an average ACT of 27. We have some high averages, so I like to tell students if you're around that 81, 85 mark for your GPA, that's going to make you a strong candidate for admission. What we do at Seton Hall is something called a holistic review. So yeah, we want to know who you are as a student, but we also want to know who you are as a person. So we do pay close attention to your essay as well as your recommendation letters. We are having in-person tours, so if you would like to come visit us in the summer, we would love to have you. What I'll do in the chat is I'll put my contact information. I'm the person that will personally be reading your application, so I love speaking to students. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions, and that's about it.
Great. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I'm here to represent Williams College. My name is Alejandra Moran. I use she, her pronouns. I serve as an assistant director of admission, and I'm a graduate of the class of 2017 from Williams. I graduated with a double major in biology and psychology. I was also pre-med, so I'm also happy to answer any questions that you may have about what it's like to be a student at Williams and what kind of pre-professional opportunities there are. So my goal for right now for these next 6 minutes is to tell you a little bit about what makes Williams really unique and what differentiates us from other colleges and universities. So to give you a sense of who we are an institution that was founded in 1793. We are a small private liberal arts institution of approximately 2,200 undergraduate students. We are located in a small town called Williamstown in the northwestern region of Massachusetts. We do border Vermont and New York states, and we are approximately a 3-hour driving distance from New York and also from Boston. We have a lot of students coming from all across the world and all around the country, representing 95 different countries, 49 states, all coming together to really form a tight-knit community where the faculty, the staff, and the students alike all genuinely care about each other, and where we all strive to create a welcoming space for all of you. So I'll give you just a few seconds to look at the slide and see if that generates any questions. Great. So Williams is an institution that has tremendous resources. And we also have an academic culture that really encourages our students to pursue excellence in an environment that's collaborative and supportive rather than being cutthroat. As someone who was coming in as pre-med, that was something that made me feel really at home to see that students were really supporting each other. And that was something that was just part of the culture here, especially because we are bringing the best students from all around the country and all around the world. We have a nearly open curriculum that encourages our students to have freedom and flexibility and to shape their academic experience and truly make it their own. With tremendous resources, we also have the ability to have small classes and really great access to our faculty. So as you can see from the slide, we have a 7-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and all of your classes will be taught by professors. We have a few graduate students on campus, but all of your classes will be taught by people with PhDs who are the experts in their field. And what's really great about Williams is that you can really get your experience in doing research and whatever you're trying to learn, because you're working very closely with professors. So that puts us at a really, really sweet spot in between top tier research universities and other small liberal arts colleges, because we have a lot of resources to make your projects happen. And we in fact encourage that. There is no shortage of classes that you can take. We have from over 700 that you can choose from across 64 areas of study. And 700 courses honestly is a lot, especially because we only require that you take 32 classes by the time that you graduate. That's 4 classes per semester for the 4 years that you're here. And as a liberal arts institution, our core mission is to make sure that you are an informed citizen of the world, that you can synthesize different perspectives and ideas and really move forward with them, to be really adaptable so that we can prepare you for the careers of the future. So what being liberal arts means to us is that we do ask you to take 3 classes across three of our academic divisions by the time that you graduate. It is entirely up to you which classes you take, as long as you take 3 in each of those. Division 1 has arts and the humanities, so classes like English, music, theater, foreign language. Division 2 has social sciences like political science, economics, history, anthropology, women's gender and sexuality, just to name a few. And then Division 3 is pretty self-explanatory with math and the natural sciences. Again, we don't force you to take any one class that you don't want to take. It's entirely up to you which ones you choose. Something else that makes Williams truly unique is a style of class that we call tutorials. These classes we adopted from the University of Oxford in the UK. All of their classes are in tutorial form, where these classes may be 1 student to a professor, up to 4 students to a professor. Here at Williams, all of our tutorials are taught in a 2-student, 1-professor format. And we do offer them across all of our different disciplines and across different levels. So you can start taking tutorials as early as your first semester and as late as your last semester at Williams. We do not require them. So if you're sitting there feeling horrified that you would be required to take this class, you don't have to, but we do highly encourage our students to take advantage of this, because we know that you can really take ownership of your work, receive a lot of feedback, and really know how to ground your points in evidence. So if you're sitting there thinking, how does a class of only 2 students and 1 professor work? It's actually that 1 student will do independent work 1 week, and the other student will deliver a critique. So the independent project could be an essay, it could be a problem set, it could be music composition, and the other student will deliver a critique, and you just alternate throughout the semester on who does which task. The other thing that makes Williams really unique is our first-year residential system, where you are placed in a cohort of 30 to 40 other first-year students, all coming from very different backgrounds, to really create a community from the very beginning, living with a few junior students to make sure that you are mentored throughout. We are also test optional. We became test optional this last year, and we will be test optional through the class of 2023. And Williams is a place where we want to make sure that this is an affordable experience for you. So we do provide need-based financial aid, where what makes it really unique is that we pay for all of your textbooks and required course materials if you're on financial aid. Lastly, for the juniors, you can definitely apply for our fly-in program. I'll send more information on that on the chat, but thank you all so much. I will put in the information for our director of admission as well. She is the representative of your area, but I've definitely had the opportunity to visit Brooklyn Tech as well, and I'm really excited to be here. Thank you all.
Thank you to all of our presenters. We're now going to transition to the Q&A portion. So our attendees, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in that Q&A feature on Zoom. I want to encourage all of our panelists to return. Feel free to turn your camera on, and I will pose a question to the group. Our panelists will respond in the order in which they presented. All right. Can you give an interesting or fun fact about your school?
So Sacred Heart was actually listed on the Princeton Reviews. Out of the top 20, we were listed as top 10 for the happiest students in 2018.
Our current president actually went to Syracuse University School of Law and has taught a number of elective classes in the past. So we hope to bring that back in some type of virtual setting for our students moving forward.
Salve has been ranked twice as one of the top 10 schools for surfers in the US. And most of our students, even if they haven't surfed before they get to campus, have the opportunity to pick up free surf courses or go for a student activity surf weekend. It's within 1 mile of 2 beaches. So our students are able to pick that sport up pretty easily.
So one of the kind of unknown things about the University of Scranton is that our campus food is actually really good. We were actually voted number 7 in the country by Princeton Review this year for best campus food.
So it's an odd stat to keep, but Seton Hall is number 1 for celebrating Christmas. Christmas at the Hall is a very lively time. At Seton Hall, we have custom Seton Hall Santa hats. We have a tree lighting. It's a big deal. So yeah.
For us, for Williams College, it's actually, I'll give 2 very quick ones. We are a Division III school for athletics. And out of the last 24 years where this award has been given to the best Division III athletic team across the country, Williams has won 22 of those awards, meaning that we are not only highly ranked for academics, but we are also really great with athletics. And our mascot is Ophelia the Purple Cow. So we were deemed the most adorable mascot, which is, I just love the cow.
Thank you all for sharing those fun facts. Another question here. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus? And again, feel free to respond in the order in which you presented.
I would say at Sacred Heart University, homecoming is our favorite event on campus. A lot of students come back it's also alumni weekend. As a D1 school, you have a ton of school spirits. You have everyone wearing their Sacred Heart gear. We get food trucks and we rent out parking lots so people can tailgate. So regardless of alumni year, all students feel welcomed on campus.
For Syracuse University, it's something similar. We do bring alums back on campus in the fall, but we also have opportunities for our current students to engage with them. So we provide mentorship, a lot of meet and greets, and I think it just kind of shows the tight-knit community that we are. Even after you leave Syracuse, the alums are always giving back to our current student body.
A tradition at Salve around finals week, at the end of the reading days before students take their final exams, is the midnight breakfast. And that is where professors from different programs and sometimes the school president will serve meals in the dining hall at midnight. So students, if they're staying up to study, can go in and get meals from the professors that they'll be seeing that week.
So a highly anticipated event every year at the University of Scranton is Spring Fest. It takes place during our spring semester, a couple weeks before finals week. It's essentially like a big college student field day. We'll bring out lots of different like inflatable obstacle courses. We always have a secret performer that they bring down. For example, my senior year, they brought Jesse McCartney. This year for distancing, we split up Spring Fest among 3 different days, and we actually have Dwight and Angela from The Office who will be making a virtual Zoom appearance for our students. So yeah, pretty fun stuff.
So at Seton Hall, we have something called the Green, which is our central hub. In the middle of it is our school seal. And the idea is that students cannot step on the seal. And if they do, they will fail all of their classes. So students can only step on it after they graduate. And if a student does step on the seal, they have to do a quick 2-minute jog over to our athletics building to touch the pirate statue to rub away the bad juju. So it's really interesting. The Green's a very busy time during the day, and students will actively make sure they are not stepping on the seal.
For me and for many students at Williams, our favorite tradition has got to be Mountain Day. This is where it really is because of our location. We are surrounded by mountains and forest. So the Williams Outing Club every October, they have this tradition where on one random Friday in October, we don't know which one, it really is weather dependent. The president of the college, Maud Mandel, decides that it's too beautiful of a day to have classes. So she will cancel classes and she will encourage everyone to go climb a mountain, to take part in the campus picnic. Professors aren't allowed to have any office hours, and all offices are also encouraged to take part of this. It's just a really nice, beautiful way to actually have the community all come together, and of course, eat a lot of apple cider donuts and drink a lot of apple cider, which is a staple of New England. So Mountain Day has definitely got to be it.
Thank you all for responding. So this concludes our virtual college fair for today, but I do have a few closing announcements. As you exit from this Zoom session, a survey will appear. It's approximately 4 questions or so, but please complete the survey. It's extremely helpful as we aim to improve our virtual college fair offerings in the future. I also want to encourage you to sign up for additional sessions by visiting our registration site. And finally, as a reminder, you'll have access to this recording within about a week or so. Again, I want to thank our amazing panelists for joining us, but also thank you to all of our attendees. I hope everyone has a great evening. Thank you.